For several students at Pittsburgh's largest universities, public transportation is a staple of everyday life. You can find Pitt or CMU students crowded at bus stops anywhere from Oakland to downtown, busing from one end of the city to the next. But for Point Park University senior Nicole Miller, getting downtown can be a little bit more costly.
I know that there are discounted rates already for certain groups of people, because I would be able to pay that. It's just the full fare would be kind of difficult.
Miller doesn't have free public transit fare included into her tuition. No Point Park University student does, and for a school where the majority of students are commuters, that can be a problem. According to the university's 2016 and 17 fact book, over 3,000 students at Point Park are commuters, meaning they live off campus. That number makes up more than 75% of all students at Point Park. Miller lives in Oakland and takes the university's shuttle service. The shuttles run regularly throughout the week, but they don't run as frequently on the weekends or when the school is on break. And with the Pittsburgh Playhouse moving downtown, the shuttle's future is up in the air. Miller says that's an uncertainty she can't afford.
I would not be able to get to campus. I rely on that to come down here, and I don't have the funds to pay for parking.
As it stands right now, your options to get downtown are limited. You can either take one of these shuttles if you live in Oakland, but if you live elsewhere, you have to buy one of these Connect cards and use it for public transportation, and that could cost up to $100 a month. Point Park University and the Pittsburgh Port Authority have come to an agreement to get students free Connect cards, but students still have to pay out of pocket to load passes onto the cards. Connect cards can be used on the city's buses in the T, which runs from the South Hills to the North Shore. Outgoing USG President Blaine King has heard comments from students during his entire tenure regarding free transit, but King said little progress has been made on a deal between Point Park and the Port Authority.
Point Park won't do a deal with Port Authority, and Port Authority definitely does not want to do a deal with Point Park.
Without a deal in place, students would have to pay for free transit and their tuition fees. That increase, according to King, could cost as much as $2,000 per year, a move the university is hesitant to take. So what is holding up a potential deal between Point Park and Port Authority? Point Park's small enrollment numbers may play a large part in it, according to King.
For Port Authority, they just don't like the size of our school. We're too small, and they know that they won't be getting their money's worth, unlike what they have with a Pitt.
There are a few alternative methods of getting downtown for Point Park students. There are multiple bike racks around campus, as well as rentable bikes located outside of Academic Hall. Ride-sharing services like Lyft and Uber are increasingly popular, but the cost of those rides can easily add up. Point Park senior Ty Polk says he's relied on Uber to take him back to his house in Homestead on nights he has to stay late on campus.
Depending on how busy it is, I've paid as low as $8, but whenever it is busy to get back in Homestead, I paid upwards to about $17.
Students who elect to drive to campus aren't saving much money either. Monthly leases on university parking lots cost around $100 a month. Drivers can also park across the Monongahela River in Station Square, but spots on those lots can cost $6 a day at minimum. If you don't find a spot, these costs can skyrocket.
The times that I have had to pay for parking, during spring break it was $40 for 2 days of work, and I was not making that much in 2 days.
Despite the cost of transit for Point Park's majority commuter population, it doesn't look like there will be any progress made on the issue anytime soon. King said that the topic came up every year during his tenure as USG president, and he anticipates that will continue into the future. At least one student finds that puzzling to hear.
I think it's kind of weird that we're a commuting university and we have no all-the-time discount as a Point Park student. That would really be helpful for a lot of people to take the bus